Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, and I'm going to be doing a review of a Netflix show that was recommended to me. It's a show called Dark, and it's a time travel show that completely blows any other time traveling movie and other shows and whatnot out of the water. Because all other time travel shows, this is a German show, you actually have to change the audio to English if you want to understand it if you're an English speaker. It has multiple audio options, I think, Spanish, French, German, all of them. But it's originally German. It only has 2 seasons. It's set up for a 3rd season. And this show is well done. Over in Europe, they don't care about gratuitous sex and whatnot. And they also don't have the same, shall we say, censors that we do. So they'll show nudity, they'll show all that stuff, but that's few and far between in the show. I don't think there's any gratuitous sex in this show, which a lot of people are complaining about now. But yeah, basically there is sex, there is nudity, and all that stuff. Some of it plays very integral parts of the story. Some of it furthers the narrative. I mean, yeah. And so, but anyway, moving on to the story, I just wanted to make sure you all know that this is not a show for kids. That's why I told you about the sex and nudity. But this show is very good. It starts in a town in Germany called Winden. Things are going on and whatnot. And in some ways, it's weird. In other ways, it's really weird. But in other ways, it's a good story. Because most people are going back to change things in time travel shows. And this happens in this one too. But here's the thing. What they try to change ends up already basically being the cycle that has happened already. Meaning, when a person goes missing in 2019, they only have 33-year cycles, so they can only go 33 years forward or 33 years back, or even 66 years, depending on what happens and where you go. And this is a good story. So, it's like it's very intellectual in certain areas. In other areas, it's like a soap opera. Oh my god, this show, it's amazing. To me, anyway. Objectively, there could be a little bit better things here and there. Subjectively, this show is very good. And the acting is pretty good. The special effects are pretty damn good in themselves. I mean, there are a little bit things here and there, but it's very good. The special effects are very good. Objectively, I will give this show, in its first 2 seasons, the first season I will actually give it a 4 out of 5. The second season, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It could have been a little bit better and whatnot. It wasn't like that trash heap that was Zoo, where the bad guy kept on getting ahead. Instead, in some ways it was. But basically, this show, if you tried to change something, basically it already happened the way it happened. Even if you try to change something, you're not changing anything. You're simply going apart, or you're simply executing history as it happened. That's why when certain characters are finding people they know somehow in pictures of the past, it's like, holy crap. And I don't want to give spoilers at all. But this show, I mean, I basically gave you a massive spoiler about how the time travel works. But it's all all basically set. I mean, the characters are good. Sometimes I got the name screwed up because I'm like, alright, which one is this one again? Oh, yeah, that's right. But you quickly learn it again. The pacing is decent. The episodes are actually pretty interesting in themselves. They have a little musical number right before the ending sequence of songs that are sometimes in German, sometimes they're American songs. And it just shows you that the past selves, because this takes place in time, 33 and 66 years ago, and even a jump to the future in the second season. And I'm like, I honestly did not see that coming. In some ways, I'm like, I know this person is probably from the future, but which one is he? Who is he? You know? And I honestly couldn't guess. I really couldn't, because it didn't. I mean, the actor that they picked for one of the characters' future selves is looks very different. I didn't like the ending too much of the second season, because it's like, that just, how could he do that to him, to the other character, you know? It just doesn't make sense. But there's definitely a new twist going on for the third upcoming season. So yeah, objectively, for the first season, 4 out of 5. Subjectively, 4.5 out of 5. Showgoer review instead of moviegoer. This is a show. This show is not for everyone, so I'll give it a 3.5 to 4 out of 5. This show, unless you are into time travel, I say give it a shot. I mean, yes, there are sex scenes. They don't show insanely too much. And there's nudity up top. But that's about it. They're very few, far between. They're very short scenes. They're not really a huge focus. But they're also not gratuitous either, because they establish things. They establish character arcs and whatnot. Believe it or not, I wouldn't say they're incredibly essential, but they are part of the story. They're not gratuitous. They're not there just to give people hard-ons or whatever. Second season, like I said, objectively, 3 or 3.5 to 4 out of 5. Subjectively, 4 out of 5. Showgoer, 3.5 to 4 out of 5. So yeah, if you guys got Netflix, check out this show. It's called Dark. It's German, so make sure you switch the audio to whatever language you understand, because I believe they have several different languages. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, and I'll talk to you all on the next one.